What up, what up, what up, what up? This reading is from AA, and it's entitled A Path to Faith. It's taken from Daily Reflections, which you can find online. A Path to Faith. What's your path looking like, y'all? Some days, I hit some good road and make some strides, and other days, man, it's a climb. It's rocky, it's craggy, my feet hurt, I'm tired. You get the picture. It says true humility and an open mind can lead to faith. And every AA meeting is an assurance that God will restore us to sanity if we rightly relate ourselves to Him. I like that phrase, rightly relate. Something about alliteration that draws your attention. If we rightly relate ourselves to Him. What does it mean to relate yourself to Him? Some of us have some faulty teachings and received some misinformation over the years, and we become, here's this word again, legalistic in our approach. There's a set of rules, and there's no gray area. Now, I defy you to live your life without finding a gray area. Now, I'm going to use the word Adamic yet again. It is our innate nature to buck rules. Seriously. Now, think about the story. It is our nature to change up rules to do what we want to do. So, if you're practicing a legalistic theology, guess what? It's always changing. Because I don't like this rule. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like the other. And I'm going to make the gray areas fit my needs. Because I'm selfish by nature. Bottom line, let's tell the truth, man. That's just who we are. We want what we want when we want it. We're like little addicts running around, seeking that immediate gratification. But we want to say we're not in recovery. We're kids in our thinking in very large bodies. And chronologically, we think that equals maturation or maturity. And it does not. Again, let's just be real. Think about what your scripture says and think about how you apply it. Think about your relationships. I've highlighted the points where we go to church on Sunday, we do the rituals, we feel good, we hoop, we holler, we sing a few songs, we see a few friends, and within a couple of hours, that feeling is gone, that rush is gone. Why? Because we do not seek genuine relationship. It's simple. We seek surface relationships. And our understanding of love is transactional. And I had to discover that for myself. If you do this, then I will do that. As opposed to being consistent and demonstrating a consistent practice, a consistent belief. It's all based on, what's in it for me. And you may not speak it, but trust and believe it'll come out when you're angry. Or it'll come out when you're not getting what you want. Let me just get into the reading here. It says, my last drunk had landed me in the hospital, totally broken. What last action landed you in an emotional hospital? Since we don't want to address addiction, this is written specifically for an addict, but I'm changing it up a bit. What experience landed you in an emotional state of brokenness? It was then that I was able to see my past float in front of me. You'll often hear me talk about flotsam, which is garbage of the sea. Or, as they say in the AA and NA recovery rooms, the wreckage of our past. I realized that through drinking, I had lived every nightmare I have ever had. What are you replaying over and over again in your head? What experience are you projecting on other people? Many of you are doing that. So if you go back to my second video for today, where the screen is completely dark, I talked about not dealing with people because they are invested in their emotional damage. And they seek to pull you in to make you the object of their scorn, so they feel justified in continuing on in this madness. My own self-will and obsession to drink had driven me into a dark pit of hallucinations, blackouts, and despairs. Now, you don't necessarily have to have hallucinations. Again, what I'm saying is you project whatever trauma you had in the past on every person that comes into your life from there on out, because you refuse to deal with it. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. We have stigmatized the need for help, especially when it's mental health help. So we don't want that label, so we refuse to deal with it. But then you perpetuate it by your other relationships and projection. Nobody likes me. Why? Because you're not pleasant to be around. Why? Because you're claiming things that haven't happened. You're looking to be got, so to speak. You're somewhat paranoid. You're angry about all this that's going on and why nobody stays. But you haven't addressed you, because you're vested in this dysfunction, and all your relationships that you've developed tiptoe around this dysfunction and play the game. And you get upset when people step out of the game. Finally beaten, I asked for God's help. His presence told me to believe. My obsession for alcohol was taken away, and my paranoia has since been lifted. I am no longer afraid, and I know my life is healthy and sane. Notice that they moved to the word paranoia, which I just used. Everybody is not out to get you. Everybody doesn't even know you or know your story. You have filled in the blanks for other people, and then you've lived out this fantasy. And if you pull them in, hooray for you, because now your story is true and valid. And if they don't, you're mad at them for not being there for you. Folks, we need to know what work is ours and what work is for other people, and learn to have that sense of remove. Step out of the madness. Now, I know I've created my own chaos in the past, but I'm able to see it now, and I'm able to deal with me, not any other person's stuff. I'm able to deal with me. Yeah, which relates to the scripture. About the speck in your eye. Yeah, it's easy to fix other people, isn't it? And that way you don't have to deal with yourself. Think about it.